So with top contenders such as Kashiwagi Yuki and Yamamoto Sayaka no longer competing in this year's AKB Senbatsu Sousenkyo, the top spot could go to anybody. Completely forgot to mention in the video, the rest of it's already done, but our friends over at Basu Gatsu Bakuhatsu have made this really awesome drinking game you can play. So if you're interested in that, I've provided a link down below with the explanation for all the rules. If you guys remember in my vlog, I got pretty...
TV time.
Swole-tack TV, dude. I'm tired.
Swole-taku is tired.
Alright, so...
Hey guys, watch Basu Gatsu Bakuhatsu every Friday night.
I ain't even mad. I'm proud of you, girl. Let's do it. Pretty trashed last year, but it was a lot of fun. So even if you guys can't come out and hang out with us in person, come and drink with us and join us in spirit. Anyways, so here's the rest of the video. Hi guys, I have shot that intro like 5 times already. I don't know what sounds good, so whatever it ends up with is probably the least cringy out of all of them. Now I just want to clarify, I am just going to be going through the top 16, the members that will be in the media Senbats. I mean, it's 100 slots, dude. I don't think you guys want to sit through me guessing how 100 girls are going to get ranked. Alright, so... Also, I will not be using the preliminaries as a kind of a gauge, except for one notable exception, but we'll get to that when we get there. Main reason why is that only considers the first day of voting. There's like several days of voting total, so it doesn't really count for much, except for which nerds were the quickest to get their votes out. If you guys are wondering, I did vote this year, as I always do. Spent a total of 15 votes on 2 different members. 10 for my girl Jurina, as well as 5 for Takahashi Juri. In the grander scheme of things, it's about a drop in the bucket, but hey, you know, just wanted to show my support in whatever way I can. Unfortunately, I do have other hobbies, so I can't ball out too hard on this one specifically. Well, yeah, let's get to it. It's what you guys wanted to see, didn't you? I feel like it's mandatory for any kind of AKB-related YouTuber that you gotta do one of these. So, at number 16, I have Minagishi Minami, last remaining first-gen member. Last year, she moved up 2 spots to number 17. I have her at 16 this year. While I don't see her bouncing up and down too crazy, I do think with very big members that normally ranked in the top 16 out, she's definitely gonna find her way back in. Coming in at number 15, I have Takayanagi Akane from SKE48, aka Churi. So last year she fell down 6 spots from number 14 to number 20. I feel like this year she might kind of level out a little bit and end up into that around number 15 spot, but we'll see how it goes. I really like her, so I hope that she didn't peak out at 14 and is downhill from here. I feel like she's definitely one of the most recognizable faces in SKE48 still, so hoping she does well. Alright, at number 14 we have Otter Pop Chop Kojima Mako. So she moved up 7 spots last year to number 19. I feel like her momentum is just swinging on up. You're gonna see that's the case for most of the girls I have on my list. I really think that this last year has been a good year for most of them, and it's just gonna keep moving up for them. So I have her moving up this year a total of 5 spots from the number 19 spot to 14. So I mentioned that I wasn't really gonna be taking preliminaries into consideration. This is that one exception. So up next at number 13, I have Ogino Yuka from NGT48. So this was like the big one that everyone saw. That clip go viral during the preliminary voting announcement. She ranked first in the preliminary, surprising everyone. So if I'm basing her spot here based on the total amount of votes she gets. So she ended up with around like 55,000 during the preliminary votes total. And so that should net her somewhere around like rank 10 or 11 if we're comparing it to last year's Senbatsu. But the event only gets bigger every year, so I feel like that spot's gonna just get more and more competitive. Personally, I like the girl a lot, but I just don't see her votes going up much more. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like something like her diehard fans kind of got together and really pushed for to at least hey, we're not gonna win the real thing, at least let's win the preliminary votes. I could be wrong though. I mean, I'm waiting to see. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised or she'll shoot up into that Kami 7 position. But as of right now, I have her at number 13. I should mention, I think last year was the first year NGT48 was eligible for Sousenkyo. She was one of 3 members that ranked in. It was her at 95, Kadomina somewhere up higher, and I believe Nakai Rika was like right below her at 96. So if she gets up into at least 13, this is gonna be dope. It's gonna be like an over 80 spot jump, so we'll see. Alright, number 12, I have the Nugget Queen, Kitahara Rie. She's a member of the 5th generation of AKB48, so definitely OG status there. But she's been pretty relevant for the past few years, kind of clinching around this spot. I don't see her falling too drastically, and if anything, this has been a pretty good year for her, with NGT releasing their first full single. Despite how competitive it is, I just don't see her dropping from that 12th spot. Though compared to some of the other members I have on this list, I just don't see her moving up that much further. So coming up at number 11, we have Komiyama Haruka. After the first 2 years of being eligible for Sousenkyo and not ranking in, she finally ranked in last year, overwhelmingly so, at a number 21 position. So pretty big deal. While some fans will joke about the fact that she kind of cried her way in, I do think that she made it there off of her own merits as well. So I don't really see her dropping down. I feel like this last year, her presence on AK Bingo has definitely been a good one. She's definitely getting to kind of develop her character a little bit more. So I see her moving up those 10 spots from 21 to 11. All right, so coming up next, we have Shiroma Miru from NMB48 on my list at number 10. This is probably the biggest jump I have. Last year she was ranked 24. I have her 10, so this is like a 14 spot jump. Well, aside from the aforementioned like 80 spot one. She's always kind of jumped up 10 spots or so. Obviously, as we get to the top, it gets a little harder and harder to jump up by that much. But with Yamamoto Sayaka not participating this year, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of NMB fans kind of pull their votes on her just to really push a member up as far as they can. I know it's kind of a generalization, but from my observation, the Namba fans have always been a little bit more chill about Sousenkyo. So I'm not sure if they will push her enough to get into like a top 7 spot or anything like that, but I still see her moving up pretty far. Like I said, even before, she's always jumped up around like 10 spots or so yeah, she should do pretty well. At number 9, I have my girl Takahashi Juri. I'm really hoping she gets within the top 10. If anything, I wanted to have her at 10 on my list for no other reason besides her name, Judy. Ju is 10. Anyways, but no matter how I worked that out, I always kind of saw her here. She's been steady climbing herself. Last year was her first year making it into the top 16 spot. She ranked in at number 15. That was like a 10 spot jump for her as well. So yeah, I'm hoping she does really well this year. Let's go. Maybe those 5 votes I gave her will count for something. Number 8, I have Sousenkyo Yokoyama Yui. Yui-han's definitely one of my favorite members from AKB proper. I feel like since she's taken on that Sousenkyo position, or general manager, we just probably aren't going to see as much of her. It's going to be a lot more behind the scenes stuff that she's going to focus on. At least that's my understanding and guessing of what goes on with that title. I don't know. But I feel like if anything, fans will always have some respect for that position. Yui-han has always been kind of a non-polarizing member. With some of like the more popular ones, you know, the more popular you get, the more antis you get, and so forth, and it gets all. But Yui-han herself, seems to be well liked by everyone, just not like super many rabid fans. But hopefully they keep her in the top 10 position. I hate to throw around the D word, but for me, she's always been one of those members that deserved it. She dropped down to number 11 last year. That absolutely crushed my heart. So I'm hoping she gets this position at number 8. At number 7, I have Okada Nana. That mom hair she rolled out with last year during Sousenkyo.
Look at her hair is so good.
Yeah, dude. Coming back with that haircut, stronger than ever. Gotta say, I've definitely been noticing her more since. She's always kind of had this like really chill demeanor, even though she has like a serious Majime character that I really enjoyed. She jumped up 15 spots last year to number 14. I just don't see that trend leaving. If anything, this has been a good year for her. She was made the vice captain of the newest 48 sister group, Stu48. Bless them, they have a YouTube channel that you can actually watch in America without a VPN. So I don't really see that getting her too many votes specifically, but I think the overall more attention she gets, the more people that really want to stick by her are gonna find her. So wish her the best. I'm not gonna lie, I also put her at number 7 because of her name. Sorry, I just have a fixation with doing things like that. Up next at number 6, I have another SKE member, Suda Akari. So last year she bounced back up 11 spots into the Kami 7 position. So she originally made it to the top 16 during 2014 with Kokoro no Placard, fell out during Halloween night, and then rejoined with all the power and fury of a rising phoenix, making it all the way to the Kami 7 position for Love Trip. So she's one of the few SKE members I feel have like a more mainstream presence. So I wouldn't be surprised. Nagoya tends to take the Sousenkyo pretty seriously as their way of sticking it to the man. So hopefully she gets pushed up a position to number 6. All right, guys, it's getting pretty serious. We're hitting the top 5 now. So we have, for me, number 5, Mukaichi Mion. This girl's kind of a rising star as well, with always really big jumps. I think she went from not ranking her first eligible year to a spot in the 40s and then jumping up like 31 spots into the number 13 spot last year. So I can only see her jumping up pretty far again this year. I feel like out of the newer members of AKB, she's one of the really gutsy ones, so people really like that about her. Personally, I have her listed at number 5. And number 4, I have HKT48's Miyawaki Sakura. I feel like she is their go-to girl now, aside from the big boss. With a starring role in the past couple seasons of Majiska Gakuen, as well as their newest ongoing show, Tofu Pro Wrestling, I just don't see her falling out of the mainstream. I only have her moving up 1 spot. Well, you can't attribute this to the fact that there's less senpai all around. It's really deadlocked, so it's kind of hard for me to see her moving up much further than that. But we'll see. All right, top 3. I know you guys are kind of, just on the edge of your seats right now, trying to figure out who I personally have in the top 3. But I just wanted to say a quick disclaimer. I always see this and it kind of bugs me in the comments. Just because I don't want a girl to win first place doesn't mean I dislike her. So for example, last year we wanted Kashiwagi Yukirin to win over Sasha Arino. Just because I wanted to see something different doesn't mean I dislike Sashi. On the contrary, I actually like her very much. So please don't put words in my mouth saying, oh, well, hope you're crying because this member won over the member that you wanted. I don't really care. Well, I do care, but I mean, I'm not gonna get upset about this stuff. If anything, I'm always really excited to see whatever happens. Anyways, that's enough preamble. Top 3. So I have at number 3, and this is the big change up, Watanabe Mayu. So a lot of people kind of see her and Sashi battling out for that 1 and 2 spot, but I feel if anything that's just people trying to recreate that Maeda Atsuko, Oshima Yuko battle. I just really don't see that happening here. I love Mayu, she's one of my favorites, but I just, we had our Kokoro no Placard. I was more concerned if she would never win a first place because I really felt that she deserves it. But I feel like she's kind of taking a chill seat when it comes to AKB anyways, to focus on Mayu. So I feel like she's just probably not gonna be pushing as hard, and therefore her fans probably aren't gonna be putting their wallet out there as much. All right, guys, the top 2. Who's it gonna be? So at number 2, I have Sashihara Rino. So my biggest reason for having her at the number 2 spot, out of all the 48 group members, I feel she has the most mainstream appeal. She has the most variety show appearances, commercial work and things like that. I think she's like the highest paid member. What you can really attribute to that is, as far as AKB, they pay them dirt. So to really get money, you have to have outside work. The more outside work you get, the more kind of mainstream recognition you get, right? Now, why do I not have her at number 1 then? I feel like, you know, she's kind of had her reign, and if anything, I feel once that kind of happens, people push for a new champion, and I'm a little bit selfish, and so I'm putting my girl, Matsui Jury, at number 1. If anyone's gonna beat Sashihara Rino at this point, I feel like it's gonna be my girl Jay. So she's got first place in Janken Taikai, she's got first place at a request hour. All that's left is the big league, the Sousenkyo Senbatsu. I feel like she has enough of a fan base that want to see it happen, that can make it happen. And so this will be our year, hopefully. If you guys did your math, I spent 10 votes on Jay. Once again, once we're up here, it really doesn't count for much, but I'm really hoping for it. But yeah, so that has been my guess at the top 16. Really, it's anybody's guess as good as mine. One of my favorite things is watching this for all the upsets, to see my predictions be wrong. So who knows what's gonna happen. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, who's gonna place where, who did you guys vote for, where do you want them to place. And yeah, of course I will be vlogging the actual stream once again, so you guys can look forward to that. Might even plan on something a little bit different, we'll see. And yeah, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. I will be live tweeting all of my reactions as I watch it. So if you guys don't have a stream yourself, or you're just curious as what I think, you can see what I think as I think it. But yeah, see you guys later.